Academy, everybody out there, welcome back for another term. This track you just heard was C.W. Stoneking, Mama Got the Blues. Really cool minor key groove and essentially pretty simple to play. So we've got we've got 4 chords and we've got a little riff, and that's the essence of what you need to play this tune. So the original recording, I've seen one of Stoneking's little lesson videos he posts on his Insta, wacky lesson videos. Half of the time he doesn't like have a theory brain, you know. I'm sure he understands some theory, but he doesn't think like that when he's playing. So a lot of time when he's doing the lessons, he has to really, half of the time he's not sure how he's doing what he's doing, but certainly what he's doing is very good. Pretty funny, so I recommend watching those. And what he does when he teaches this is he plays out of B minor, but on the recording it's B flat minor, so I think his guitar was probably tuned flat, and he would have played B minor and it would have sounded as B minor, B flat minor. Okay, so if you want to play along with the record, he's playing out of this position. He's going to play B minor, G, then this is kind of like he's referencing an E minor chord, but he's actually playing this a minor 7 flat 5 chord in D flat, and then he comes out on an F7. So the rhythm for that would be something like that, and then on top of that he adds this bass line idea, walking from B to G. So outlining linking the chords using scale tones and finishing with the F7 arpeggio, descending back. So that's how he originally voiced it. For our purposes and for me to be able to sing our rendition of the song, I needed it to be a tone lower in A flat minor. So because I've already got my guitar tuned to E flat, as Stoneking would have had it, I'm just dropping down to A minor. And what this does is it actually opens up, in first position for us, it opens up some open strings, obviously. So it kind of makes it a little easier on the left hand in a way. So this is how we play it now. A minor, to F, up to B, minor 7 flat 5 or half diminished, coming out on an E7. So that's the basic chord accompaniment. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So you want to catch the one, miss out the downbeat and kind of start your strumming on the and, 2 and, you know, ba bam bam. 1, 1. If that makes sense. Quite difficult to count and play at the same time. Okay, and then adding the 2 together, you get this effect with the chords and the bass line. And so on. So I'll just show you a close-up of my hands now so you can see that more clearly. What I'm tending to do on my right hand is, if you pick the bass line with your thumb as a rule of thumb and strum the chords kind of with a little brush of the index finger, that helps to separate the two ideas and keep it consistent, stop you getting in a muddle in any way. So you go like this. That should help keep everything nice and tight. And that's about all you need to know to play the basic tune. I should say, for the instrumental in the middle where he does his kind of howling stuff, I wasn't really able to replicate that vocal technique. So I decided to take, instead of just playing the riff, which you totally could do instead of a solo, instead of noodling, you know, you could just hold down the groove. It's a cool groove to play, and that would be perfectly fine. But what I chose to do was introduce the song with the riff and bring it back in the outro. And in the middle of the song, I sort of perform the riff on the slide guitar. Because we're in the key of A flat minor, what I did was I took a normal G tuning, open tuning for slide, and I used a different guitar and tuned it to A flat. And then the B string, which would usually be the major third, I dropped that down to flat, so it would make it a minor chord. So I've got an A flat minor slide guitar part there, and I just play the melody there as a solo. Pretty straightforward. So to play the basic chord part, you can play the minor chord to start off here. I'm using the middle strings to voice that, so I get that minor third in. And then moving down here, missing out that minor third, just using the middle, what would normally be your D and G string. Sliding up here to the 8th fret, and then down to the 5th, and up to the 7th. So that's the 4 chords. Okay, and then the melody for the solo, I just rephrased that riff. So we go from here on the what would normally be the D string, like that, or you could go how'd you make it sound like that? Tone talk. Alright, so I'm using my 58 reissue Jazzmaster. I don't have a real 50s one like Mr. Stoneking himself. However, CW does use Jazzmaster probably on this recording. Certainly through much of his career he has favoured a Jazzmaster. These days I see him using a lot of nice old arch tops, and I think he had one custom made as well. So, but anyway, the Jazzmaster is great for this kind of vibe. It's great to have the whammy bar there for the chords and stuff. And beyond that, let's go over and look at the pedal board and see what I'm using to affect the sound. Alright, so aside from using the Jazzmaster itself, I've got the Cali 76 stacked edition. I have both compressors running on that, and I have quite a lot of the original dry signal blending with the compressed sound. And next to that we have the Blues Driver BD2. Again, that pedal is actually quite dynamic and responds to changes in volume or output, so the compressor is actually pushing that pedal harder than it normally would work. So I have the gain turned way down on that, and that just adds a little bit of growl behind the sound of the guitar. And then at the end I just have a little dash of Fender Marine Reverb with the reverb set pretty low on that. The reverb time is quite low. So alright folks, well that's about it for this lesson. I hope you found it vaguely entertaining and at least certainly informative in some way. Enjoy playing the tune, practice hard, and as ever, take care of yourselves. See you next time.